I went back to the earliest memories of childhood. Making friends didn't come naturally to me. I was extremely quiet, painfully shy, very nervous around other kids. So when my family saw that I was really struggling in this, I remember like them telling me, "Oh, you should be more outgoing. You should be more social." And like I remember them like talking and me just kind of overhearing and thinking like something's wrong with me. They're talking about me as if something is wrong with me. So that hurt, right? That was the beginning of my not good enough. And I'm like 4, 5, 6 years old, right? I don't understand this. And then when they did try to push me to go do social things, go be social, go play with people, right? It felt very pushy. It felt like they didn't understand me. It felt like they didn't accept me for who I was. And it just simply felt like they wanted me to be someone else. Like I wasn't, again, that wasn't good enough. And that was looking back, probably one of my first, if not my very first, not good enough seed planted. And it was always around that concept of the difficulty for me to make friends. Now, I understand, and I'm really happy we're talking about this. Now, as an adult, I understand their point of view. I totally get it. Like, oh, he's really shy. Let's, he's got to go learn how to socialize. So of course they're going to push me into things. But what was missing was it wasn't the right approach for me. I didn't want to be thrown in the deep end of the pool. That was not my approach. It would have been a lot better if they sat down and said, listen, we love you, you're amazing. What we want for you, Michael, is to like, have some friends and have some connection. We don't want you to be lonely. And so what's the best way for you? Like, how do you think you want to do it? That's not what happened, of course, right? And I don't blame my parents at all, right? It is very hard to do that. So, I it wasn't that I didn't want to have friends. I did. I just wasn't comfortable in those typical settings, like at the time that people made friends as kids. And I resisted everything that my parents wanted to put me in: sports, Cub Scouts, all the things. Just wasn't that kid who wanted to play with other kids in that way that like maybe they were used to, or that's all they knew, right? That's all they knew. Go outside and play. I didn't want to run around with other kids. I remember actually as a kid in JK, SK, grade one, really wanting to hang out with my teacher and gravitating towards the adults in the room and my teacher. Maybe one or two other super quiet kids. And we kind of like play together. But what we actually did is like we'd play by ourselves beside each other. If that makes any sense, we wouldn't actually interact so much, but he'd play with his Lego set, I'd play with my Lego set, but we'd be in the same area. So people would kind of like leave us alone. that was that was how it was. Now, again, I wasn't sad about this. Like looking back, I don't think I was sad about it. Was it lonely? Yes, but I wasn't necessarily sad. I just didn't want to play with those other kids in the way my parents' family wanted to. So that's my unmet need. Connection with other kids was the unmet need, but also from a parenting perspective, just acceptance that I wasn't like those other kids.